In a world where beloved intellectual properties are forced to be alone and kept separate from one another against their will, two men intend to break them free of this oppressive regime and bring these franchises together through the medium of crossover fanfiction. This is Crossover Quest!
Hello everyone, it's that time of the week again when William and Ali are going to put together two different franchises and make a really interesting story that will blow your socks off.
We call it Crossover Quest, and it's what you're listening to now.
That's what everyone's calling it.
Everyone's calling it Crossover Quest.
Yeah, it's all the
Quest.
kids can talk about.
So this week, we've got, again, two franchises we're crossing over.
Two very different franchises.
They're fairly different.
Fairly different, yes.
They are Juno and Jurassic Park. Yes, who can forget the unforgettable score from Juno? That old joke again.
That bit where she was like mugging the guy off about his music tastes and she stuck on the Jurassic Park soundtrack. She looked like such an idiot, didn't she? Yeah, she was totally bamming him up, wasn't she? Bad, big time.
So yeah, Juno is... We go talk about these franchises again?
Oh yes, yeah.
Again, are we calling them franchises? I don't know, man.
Why did you lean with Juno? It's actually alphabetical. They both start with J
and Jun and Jur.
Juno is that movie about the teenage girl who sort of ensnares a kind of pedo guy. Is that the first time we've used the word pedo in this podcast? Hard to believe so, it is. A guy that likes kids, and she basically, sets up a trap and ensnares him. And that's the only word I can think of that works in this context. He comes to her flat or her house, and I guess she kind of...
I think she goes to his house.
Alright, something like that. He wines and dines her, and then she kind of does bad things to him, and he kind of deserves it. It's well, I guess he totally deserves it. But like, she also shows up his hypocrisy as a guy just men dating.
Oh, I wasn't sure if you were making a joke or if you... That's Hard Candy, not Juno.
Oh yeah, you're totally right. Oh my god. Shit, do we leave this in?
I think so.
Alright, well that just shows you how prepared I am, folks.
Oh my god.
You know what's really funny is, how long did you wait for me to get to that point?
I thought, Willie's making a joke.
Oh my god, I don't know if I want to leave that in. It makes me look like such an idiot.
Yeah, I look forward to hearing your story this week, that's all I can say.
Yeah, and it's amazing to think that actually going back that I must have forgotten what it was about and then thought of something else. So what are the connecting things between these two films? They both have Ellen Page in them.
Yes.
I'm amazed I didn't think it was X-Men The Last Stand, quite honestly. So Juno is that one where Michael Cera gets Juno pregnant and she's only young again, and she doesn't want to raise a baby, so she gives it to a family that are going to adopt it once it's born. And the hijinks about that, there's really not much to Juno, really.
Yeah.
Do you agree with my analysis of Juno?
Yeah,
all of it?
That's the plot, yeah. But it's not an analysis, it's the plot.
I was getting into detail on Hard Candy. How did I get that wrong?
But Juno, it was like this film that everyone went nuts about when it came out. Everyone was going nuts about it when it came out. And
I don't know, we saw it. Believe it or not, I saw it, kids.
But yeah, it's I don't know if it's remembered as fondly. No one talks about it anymore. Probably a bad choice for this show again.
It was an indie darling.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
It had Michael Cera in it and J.K. Simmons.
Yeah, people like him. He's great.
I like him, yeah.
Schillinger,
yeah. That's not the only reason people like him.
That's the only reason people like him. He's been shitting everything.
No one even knows what that is. Anyway, but Jurassic Park.
I've never heard of it.
Well, it was good. It was big. It was all the rage back in '93, Ali.
Oh yeah, I have heard of that one.
Yeah, you know the one I mean.
Yeah.
It's not that movie about the single white female. It's actually about dinosaurs. And whoa, is it about dinosaurs?
Certainly is.
It really is. It's good. I mean, obviously it's good. We watched
much to say about it because everyone's seen it. It was massive.
It's the classic film of the time, I guess. And
is it the classic film of the time?
'93. Yeah, Forrest Gump won the Oscar that year. I don't know where that just came from, but it did. So not Jurassic Park.
It's that same year, Jurassic Park. I never know what year movies come out.
People might. If people commented,
except for Jurassic Park,
comment on that.
But obviously you told me now, so you can't test me on it. But I did always know when Jurassic Park came out.
Yeah, it's true, and everyone knows that. So yeah, superb film. The effects were great. It had a nice, easy plot and about cloning dinosaurs and starting a theme park. But Newman from Seinfeld fucks up and the dinosaurs get out and they start eating people and then everyone escapes at the end. It's actually not that interesting a plot, but it's...
Do you think Westworld is as good as it or better?
Ooh, I don't know. Jurassic Park's an easier watch. It's more
It's a
fun.
great film. A
Westworld,
better film. Westworld's such a cool concept.
yeah.
Even though you have living dinosaurs are great too, though.
Yeah, because Westworld has like the boudoirs and the sexy cowgirls you can have sex with and stuff. Jurassic Park hasn't got as much of that, but it's still it still holds up. It's the same basic plot though. Michael Crichton, he just ripped off his own plot. Instead of robot cowboys, he had dinosaurs. But yeah, Jurassic Park's fantastic. I mean,
it's great.
We loved it as a kid. It was the film we never got to see in the cinema because we lived on Sky, and that was annoying. Although there were cars, so that's annoying. But yeah, I just loved it. We saw the newest one recently, Jurassic World, and that was pretty good. It was alright.
It's alright, yeah.
It was silly, but
enjoyable.
It was sillier than the first one.
And the first one's silly, so that's saying something.
Indeed.
The first one's good though, yeah, it's a good film.
Yeah, it's classic.
I feel like I don't have much to say about it.
Spielberg.
But which do you prefer of Juno and Jurassic Park?
Jurassic Park. I'm not even gonna riff on this bit. Okay, literally, no.
That's cool.
I mean, my world view is shaken. I now know what Juno is. I mean,
and dinosaurs though, yeah, pretty cool.
They are. They're so cool, man. So cool. Alright, so it's, your story. You're going first, as usual.
I guess it is the usual.
Why is that out of interest? Why? I mean, I'm really just curious. But why was this done that way?
Why are you
is it alphabetical?
No, you were always making a point that you had to go second. I was like, we should switch it up week to week, and you were like, I have to go second.
I thought.
And I was like, what? Do you not know the franchises, and you want to like just me jog your memory, and you make up the stories on the spot? And you're like, no, I've definitely written the stories, but I want to go second.
That doesn't ring any bells, but I agree with the sentiment. So let's just move on. That's fine.
Okay.
Make with the art.
Every week. So my story is, I messed it up. The title is actually Jurassic Park and Juno. So this week's episode should have been Jurassic Park and Juno. And you made that whole thing.
Oh, your title's just messed up, not the episode. The episode's fine. The title's fucked up.
Yeah, I shouldn't have said it. Shouldn't have said anything, people. I'm sorry. So Jurassic Park and Juno. It was a glorious summer's day in Dino Valley as the students of Dino Valley High made their way to class. What do you have first period, Juno? Asked one of Juno's dino pals. Cretaceous period, I believe, replied the sarcastic young Triceratops. What have you got? Triassic. Lame. Juno sat daydreaming. The Cretaceous period was so dull. I mean, the T-Rex. So blasé. She looked out the window and watched a Michael Cera-looking dinosaur running track. You know the type I mean, the ineffectual-looking velociraptor-type guys with the skinny faces. You do know the ones I mean, don't you? He was one of those. Oh, I'd like to have dinosaur sex with that, she thought to herself. She repeated that sentiment to her best friend, Scarlett Johansson, later that day. Really? Bleecker? She asked. I can think of 1,000 boys at the school I'd rather dinosaur bone. I don't know, he's so geeky and weird. He makes my lady bits feel weird. And geeky. I don't know about this, said Scarlett Johansson. Anyway, Juno did get dick blasted by Bleecker and... Wait, Scarlett Johansson wasn't in Juno, was she?
I don't think so.
What am I thinking of?
I think you're thinking of Ghost World.
Yeah. Ah, fuck. I haven't even seen Juno. Shit, I knew I should have done Ghost World and Gremlins instead. Well, either way, Juno got pregnant and her friend, who was in no way Scarlett Johansson, was like, oh, you're going to get in trouble. Nah, my parents will think it's funny. What do you mean you have a smaller dinosaur inside you? Screamed her father. That doesn't make any sense. I've got a bun in the oven, said Juno. What? Dinosaurs don't eat buns or use ovens. Are you feeling okay? I'm with child. Where? I don't see any child with you. I'm pregnant. We need to get you to the doctor, said her father urgently. You're not making any sense. Did you take a blow to the head or something? Pregnant. I'm pregnant. No, still not getting it. You want to give it one more try? I'm pregnant. Pregnant? Who did this to you? I'll kill him. It was an immaculate conception, you know, like a virgin birth once it's born. Well, thank God for that. That'll be, what, 5 virgin births in this family? We truly are blessed. Juno's sister Melissa gave Juno a look that said, don't ruin this for me, as her 4 children, all different mixes of dinosaur species, played at her feet. It was awkward the next day at school when Juno told Bleecker about the pregnancy, but they got through it and decided adoption would be the best solution. But we've already got this kid on the way, how will adopting another help us get rid of this one? No, we'll stick this one up for adoption, is how the conversation went. Juno placed an ad on an adoption website and waited for some calls to come in. Meanwhile, in a helicopter flying into Dino Valley, dinosaur scientists Dr. Alan Grant and Dr. Ellie Sattler had been called in to assess the feasibility of building a theme park in the valley.
Good name checking, Ali.
Thank you. This is your pilot speaking, came a voice through the PA. We are heading into Dino Valley and we will be ascending shortly. Please fasten your seatbelts. Oh, I can never figure these things out, said Alan as he struggled with his seatbelt. Christ, Alan, barked Ellie. It's a seatbelt. Children can figure them out.
Actually, you've seen the film. That looks impossible. I don't know how the fuck that... Jeff Goldblum's like cool as ice, like whoomp, back together. And he's like, what the fuck do I do with this shit? I would have tied it in a knot too.
It's a seatbelt.
It's a really complicated seatbelt. It's like a watch clasp
but
or some shit.
children literally figure it out.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't have.
I'll just tie it in a knot.
Yep. Good call. Good call, man.
Ellie looked him up and down as he tied the two ends of the seatbelt together. You're pathetic, she said, disgusted. The helicopter continued into the heart of Dino Valley. Juno went to meet with a couple who had shown interest in adopting her unborn baby. So, Juno, what was it you said you did for a living? Said the female ankylosaur. I'm a high school student and a dinosaur. Dinosaurs don't have jobs. Oh, of course, silly me. Would anyone like coffee? She left before anyone could answer. Don't mind her, said the male Mark, a distinguished brontosaurus. I'm sure she's just nervous. Juno instantly had a crush on Mark. I mean, a brontosaurus, that's so cool. People didn't even think they were real species until recently. They're like the Pluto of the dinosaur world. Fucking hipsters, man. Mark and Juno spent ages talking about cool music, acting all aloof and cool. I don't know why his wife was taking so long. Maybe she was having an inappropriate conversation with an underage pregnant male dinosaur. They were getting awfully close. There was a lot of inappropriate touching going on, like legs and hair and stuff like that. They were mere moments away from probably boning. What a situation. So inappropriate and sexy. I can see why people like that movie. Just then, a crazy loud alarm sounded, interrupting the potential underage flesh sesh, and a growly old dinosaur voice came over the Dino Valley tannoy system. People of Dino Valley, the security perimeters have been disabled. Engage Dino Rampage. The fences, which once kept the residents of Dino Valley at bay, no longer had an electrical current running through them, and it wasn't long before those huge lizard civilians had pulled them down and escaped beyond the confines of that metal mesh motherfuck. Dinosaurs were ripping the humans that lived nearby to shreds. It was bloody and awesome. I can see why people like that movie. It is still unknown why the security went down on that fateful day, but some say there was a corrupt employee who fucked up trying to steal some company secrets, and he died trying to get away because he lost his glasses. But I think that's just a rumour created by Big Glasses Strap to get people scared and spending more money on glasses straps.
Big Glasses Strap. I love that term used like that.
It was mere moments after Alan and Ellie had landed that the Dino Rampage began. They were currently holding up under a flipped car, the roof of which had been ripped off by a particularly angry T-Rex. Scary stuff this, eh, Ellie? Said Alan unfazed. You know these dinosaurs will actually kill you. Stop acting so casually, you fuck! Screamed Ellie. She was keeping her cool about the dinosaur attack, but Alan was getting on her tits. This'll cheer you up, Ellie. Did you know that the T-Rex was the largest dinosaur and they were covered from head to toe in pool cue-sized hedgehog needles? Said Alan enthusiastically. Shut your fucking mouth before I stab you in the throat. Alan didn't say a word, but he continued breathing loudly and sitting too close to Ellie so that their legs were touching. Ellie contemplated stabbing him in the throat. The T-Rex continued its search for the two paleontologists. It was slowly getting closer. I know, cried Alan. If we run out, waving our arms and making loads of noise, she won't be able to see us. Ellie was just about to lose it before she came to a realisation. Yes, Alan, brilliant, go and do that. Alrighty, let me just unfasten the seatbelt here. Alan fumbled with the seatbelt. I can't seem to undo the knot I tied in this one. Alan, are you fucking kidding me? Ellie wasn't about to let this opportunity to get rid of Alan slip through her fingers. That's a car seatbelt. It goes over your shoulder. It wouldn't even make sense to tie it. Where have you even tied it? Alan just stared at Ellie. Here, use my knife. Ellie passed Alan her knife. Why, thank you kindly, ma'am, said Alan, tipping an imaginary hat. He started prodding at the knot, limp-wristed, the knife not cutting even a single fibre. Don't stab at it! Alan continued stabbing at it, but gave Ellie a confused look. It's a serrated knife, said Ellie. It's a serrated knife, said Ellie, her face in her hand. Cut it like a saw. Like this? Alan continued stabbing the fabric in the exact same way as before. Ellie had had enough. She snatched the knife off Alan and was fully intending to stab him in the throat, when a crazy loud alarm sounded, interrupting the potential violent flesh sesh, and a growly old gremlin's voice came over the tannoy system. People of the greater human/Dino Valley area, the security perimeters have been disabled. Engage Gremlin Rampage. You can guess what happened next. A bunch of gremlins from the movie Gremlins started to rampage amongst the already ensuing rampage. They didn't pose much of a threat because... compared to dinosaurs. But when all the ghosts from Ghost World started their own rampage, things got serious. You had all manner of ghosts in there. Ghouls, apparitions, spectres, phantoms, you name it. Man, this town has gone to shit, said Juno to herself. I'm going to get the first train out of here. Hop in, said Ellie, who had just pulled up. I'm going to head out to the beach.
Is she driving a train?
No, she's going to get the train, but then Ellie's driven past and is like, hop in. I'm going to head out to the beach. Nothing left for me here since I stabbed my partner in the throat for saying, good ghost, every time one of those ghosts flew by. Juno jumped in the passenger seat of Ellie's dune buggy. Hey, we might still make spring break, said Ellie supportively. And I really doubt the fate of all dinosaurs will be in the balance through some kind of dune buggy race type scenario. Yeah, I doubt it. Juno smiled at Ellie and the two new best friends drove off into the sunset. The end.
What an end. What a story. Oh, I love Alan. He's such a great character in that. Oh, there's shades of Randy Marsh about him. I love that belligerent stupidity. Oh, what a great story. What a great combination.
What I don't like about when he ties the seatbelt, it's a seatbelt. It's I know you think it's a complicated seatbelt, but anyone can fasten it.
He could have figured it out very quickly.
But instead he's like, ties that knot, and then he's like, look how smart I am. Because I tied it knot.
He thinks outside the box.
That's the problem. If he just tied a knot and was like...
He's not conventional.
And was like, I can't do it, I'm just going to tie a knot. But he wasn't, he's like...
It's a plot device to show that he's a thematic device to show that he's a slightly nervous individual, but also very confident in himself at the same time. What a great story, really good. I laughed very hard throughout that. I won't lie, a huge amount of pee came out.
Oh fuck!
Yeah, quite bad.
A huge
amount of pee did come out. Just a huge amount. Just a huge amount. Nothing terrible. Just a huge amount. No, it was really funny, man. What can I say? I just keep saying it was really funny, but it was. I loved it. Juno. That's what Juno was. Of course, fantastic. So Jurassic Park. My story is called Jurassic Park and Juno, the paedophile hunter. All right. You can just call it Jurassic Park and Juno if you want, or Jurassic Park paedophile hunter. Right. So, Jurassic Park had the usual story, same as the sort of fourth one. Just giving you a little editor's note at the start here. There was this rich guy and he started his own amusement park and it was full of amusements and that did okay. But then he thought, right, an actual one with dinosaurs. And he thought, I don't know how that's going to work, obviously. No, an actual one. I don't know how that's going to work exactly, but it's awkward, but I'll figure it out. And then he hires some scientists who figure it out, and it's discovered that he's been walking around with this cane this whole time. He's an old man, and the cane had like a mosquito and amber in it. And they're like, "Oh shit, we just use that and make dinosaurs." And he's like, "Really?" And he's like, "Yeah." He's like, "These are like mass produced. You can get them anywhere." He's like, "No, it's perfect. It's what we've been looking for forever. The DNA of a dinosaur." He's like, "In my cane with a bug in it." No, that's fine. I don't explain it any further. I literally don't explain it. I don't care. Just take the check and I'll come back in a few years with my grandkids. So he came back in a few years, and well, he'd been checking on it online. Just he's got lots of businesses. He's not really going to focus on just that. He's got like he produces bleach in large quantities in some parts of the world. So he can't be too focused. But he does show up at some point, and nearing the grand opening, they've got dinosaurs aplenty, and he's got his niece. No, is it his grandkids?
You said grandkids earlier.
His grandkids, his niece and his nephew, little girl, little boy. Don't know their names. Don't care. And anyway, the niece is she's like 13. The little boy is really into dinosaurs. So let's assume for this entire story, he is just there for the dinosaurs, pure of heart, really enjoying it. And none of the dinosaurs is going to escape. I'm just saying. So don't worry about him. He's all right.
Okay.
Dinosaurs. It's a lot of money's been spent on this security. He hired the best people. For a start, his security is massive, and he's got a team of like a dozen guys, not just one man. That'd be silly. He's got a dozen guys that control all the security, and Samuel Jackson's in there, but Newman isn't. And I keep calling Wayne Knight, and it's all going off without a hitch. Everything's good, and there's people there just to check it out. There's a couple of scientists. There's a guy that doesn't know how to tie his seatbelt, but no one cares about him. He's actually quite a sensible, reasonable person, and he's been misrepresented in previous media many times over the years, I think. But anyway, they're just doing their thing, and they're fine. They're just checking out the dinosaurs and addressing the safety, and they're all quite happy with it. So moving on. But this teenage girl, she's a bad apple, to be honest. She gets up to all sorts. She was doing crack when she was 3.
Jesus.
It just I shot a bit high. It's written now. It's written now. No, but like she wasn't a bad kid. She's precocious, and she's really she sets up a date online with an older man, and he says he's a kind of a dodgy character who pretends to be a younger man. He pretends to be like 14 years old, but he's actually 42. Okay. And he says online, I'm 14 years old. His name is doesn't have a name. And
he doesn't have a name.
Not in this story. And she agrees to meet him, but he wants to meet at a place where there would be lots of children. And she goes, well, I'm going to Jurassic Park. And he's like, oh, is that a place that you need to get like it's like $10,000? I think the lawyer said it would cost, and you have to get a plane ticket to take you to like Costa Rica to this island, and it costs $1,000. She goes, yeah, I'm going to be there tomorrow. He's like, cool, no, I'll meet you there, no problem. And he meets her there. He's already got a ticket because he knew there'd be lots of kids there. He's a dodgy guy, and she arranges to meet him there. And they meet, and she sort of says, well, I've got my own little apartment here for the sake of the story, and why don't we go in there and talk about the music that we like? So he takes her in there and they talk about the music that they like, and then he sort of drinks some orange juice and he passes out, and then he wakes up and there's like 2 T-Rexes in the room, and they're just sort of holding like, you know, traditional baseball bats in their tiny hands. Little baseball bats, and they're just like
man-sized baseball bats.
Yeah, and they're just
so they're like toothpicks to T-Rexes, just
totally
tapping his fingers,
and they're clubbing them into their hands. Oh right, yeah, because she's in another room with her best mate Michael Cera, and he gets her pregnant, so she's got more bigger things to worry about than like dealing with that guy. But she did set the T-Rexes on him; they're like her heavies, and she just said, "Look menacing and don't let him go anywhere." So he's sitting there going, "What the fuck's going on?" And the T-Rexes are like, you know, just looking menacing, and one of them says, "Can we talk?" And he's like, "Well, clearly you've set the precedent that we can talk." And he goes, "Oh, I don't mean can we physically talk. We know we can talk. I've been talking for years. I mean, can we talk?" I mean, she said look menacing. He goes, "I suppose if you talk menacing, it'll be all right." And he says to the guy, "Yeah, so look at the video screen. Look at this video screen. Look, see this guy with no balls. So that's you." And the guy goes, "How do I know that's me? I can't see his head or his arms or anything." And he goes, "Oh shit, he's asking about the head and the arms and shit." And the other guy's like, "Well, don't answer him. Just don't talk." He's like, "Oh, he's heard me talk now." Silent. So they both go silent. And the guy's like, "Well, it's clearly not me. In fact, if I just lean forward a little bit, I can see I've still got my balls." If anyone hasn't seen Juno, no. Hard candy. You won't get this bit. So he looks up and says, "I've still got my balls." And the guy goes, "Oh, the jig is up. I mean what, the punishment hasn't worked." It's like, "Well, what does she want to do with them now?" He just said, "Look menacing, don't let him go anywhere." Turn around and the guy's left. And they're like, "Oh shit, what are we going to do? What are we going to do?" It's like, "I don't know, where's he going?" It's like, "Well, we can't be seen in here." It's like, "Why not? It's Jurassic Park." It's like, "Yeah, but we're in civilian clothing." And he's like, that makes no sense, you're right." So they look at the door, and the guy's just getting in his car, and they've got really good hearing. But when he gets in the car, he goes invisible. And he's like, "He's gone." It's like, "No, remember, he's just stopped moving. He's still there. Just watch the car. There's no car, I don't see any cars." Like, "You're right, the car's just vanished." "Oh wait, it's here again, it's moving now." It's like, wow, when things stop moving, they literally, I know, this invisible world we live in, literally everything's invisible. Occasionally trees will move and leaves. It's like, yeah, the humans don't think it works this way. It does. It's quite discombobulating. So, who's in my story? Who have I got still? Who have I got? Right, the 2 T-Rexes, right, so they're like, "Well, I'm listening in on the guy," and the guy's like in his car, and he starts at the car and goes, "Oh, this was an unpleasant experience, but well, you know, I'm not gonna call the authorities. Nothing really untoward happened. I'm just gonna leave." And he leaves, and they go, "We don't have to worry about him anymore." Juno, now that she's Juno, is pregnant, and she tells her dad, and he's like, "Oh, let's just assume like she uses all these different colloquialisms for being pregnant, and they don't understand her for ages. And then when she says she's pregnant, they go, 'Oh, now we understand you. We're really pissed about this.' And so she has to get she has to give the baby up for adoption. And the little boy, he's in one of the bubbles. No, they don't have them in this movie. He's in the red Jeep. He stole one, and he's driving around. Oh yeah, he's a bad kid too. Crack at the age of, what did I say for her 3? 2. Doing crack at 2. So he's driving around, high on crack, he crashes, and he dies. And the old grandpa's like, "Oh fuck, I'm so fucked. My park is doing fine, loads of money, but the kid's mum is going to be so pissed off." And then he buys Juno's baby. He takes it to the scientists. They age it really quickly, and then they use some dinosaur DNA that they will go on to use in the Jurassic World, and they make the kid older, so he looks kind of like the same kid. I mean, he's a blonde kid. He's like 12.
They're repeating that. They're replacing that.
You're replacing him, and just gives them back. And the mum's like, "What the fuck is this?" And he's like, "What?" He's like, "The kids enjoy Jurassic Park. I spent time with them," which according to the movie, seems to be the critical thing here. I was a good host, and she's like, "My son, he's all covered in fucking green slime, and look at her." And he's like, "What?" I said, "Let's look at her face. Like, there's nothing on her. She's spotless." "I know, but look at her face. She's been hunting paedophiles again." You can just tell. It's like, "Oh, Mom, come on." She goes, I sent you to Jurassic Park so you wouldn't hunt paedophiles. She goes, I didn't kill any paedophiles this time. And she goes, oh good. What about your T-Rex heavies? Remember them? She's like, they might have killed the paedophiles. Oh, Jurassic Park should be shut down. You never stop to think if you should. You know what I mean? That's where you went wrong. You never stop to think if you should. The end.
Oh, fantastic, man. And shit on your story as soon as you finish.
No, it's hard. Yeah. I think I covered most of the stuff you covered.
2 things.
Only 2? Amazing.
So you
I've got rebuttals for 9 things, but I'm not telling you what any of them are.
So yeah, you obviously confused Juno for hard candy.
Apparently I did, yeah.
And Jurassic Park for Jurassic World.
Well, yeah, I know, but
they're so similar.
The franchise, isn't it?
Yeah, I suppose.
The
I know we call it franchises, but then, yeah, I guess we're like free to do this. It's a Jurassic Park franchise, isn't it? So I suppose you're right. Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry.
Can I just tell the audience as well?
And Juno and Hard Candy, it's the same canon.
Movie. Same movie. It's the same fucking movie, even though it's totally different.
Yeah, it's entirely different.
Yeah.
Whippet's the same too.
I know. So let's not do any more paedophiles. It doesn't fit this podcast. It's a family podcast. And also,
you didn't even. It wasn't. There's no guarantee he was a paedophile. Well, he was like saying that he was 14 and he wanted to be around a lot of kids. I suppose.
I don't know. It's so hard to back up anything I do. It's so hard to justify any of it after the fact because I don't. Sorry, as I'm writing my story, I don't look back and remember what I'd written before. I don't read back. I just keep going in a line, and then it's finished. I just write in one line.
When you read it out, you just have a black marker behind where you've read and just score out as you go.
Yeah, totally. But I'm just disappointed that Darth Maul wasn't in my story because that's always my plan, and I never remembered to do that.
That's a shame.
Yeah,
I do like Darth Maul.
I like him too. He's bodacious.
He's fairly bodacious.
He is. He's fierce. That can be taken any other way. That means he has got fierce eyes, and he's also he's quite fierce. That's a wild animal, fierce. So that's the end of our stories. Do we have any messages? Is there a message from your story? Did yours have a
message?
Yeah.
Whew. If you don't know how to tie a seatbelt, just ask for help.
That's a very good message.
Don't be a dick about it. Don't be like, no, I'll tie it. No, I'll tell you. Don't worry, I'll tell you. No, I'll tie it. No, it's probably more. I mean, you and don't breathe heavily and sit too close when your legs are touching. It's annoying.
Love that bit, man. Mine had an actual intrinsic message, not like tacked on message, like DLC message. Like
what was you?
Well, when you're building a dinosaur theme park, as you do. What are you doing today? I'm building a dinosaur theme park.
You know how that's the whole. You should have asked if you should, or whatever it was.
Yeah, that's my point. That's my point.
That's your message story.
No, just like, okay, so first of all, you're in a theme park full of dinosaurs. Isn't that dangerous? No, I'll put up fences. Well, what if they break down? They'll be really good fences, and they'll be connected to a network, and there'll be all the best guys, and there's no corruption. It's all good. It's like, all right, so you say we can guarantee 100% that it's going to be like that. Okay, how do you know that some of the kids are going to come aren't going to be like former crackheads and get up to some really bad hijinks at your theme park? You're right. You never thought if you could. No. If you should.
Yeah, but then the zoos that have lions
he
and
goes,
kids.
We'll ban any kids under a certain age that have got any history of drugs or any history of online paedophile hunting. And he goes, yes, but see, in the absence of those children, nature will find a way, and they will grow from the earth.
Your story didn't finish.
Well, I'm just saying that's the message. Jeff Goldblum didn't get his monologue.
But you know that whole
I always had a problem with that whole
never
bit.
Asked if you should.
I have a problem with that whole bit though, because that wasn't what went wrong with the park, not even remotely. It wasn't to do with the breaking unless he's trying to say that God made the calamity happen, because
go bad.
He put one guy who is seriously out of shape, who is seriously in debt with gambling, and he was like a degenerate gambler, seemingly. He had all these debts and stuff, and he put him in charge of the entire system and gave him access to all this stuff that would be worth billions. And just left him to it. He actually literally says, "Right, well, I'm away. Then good luck with the opening of Jurassic Park." The place, when he leaves him there at night, the place is empty. It's just him on a computer. Yeah. He's left in charge of the entire thing. Stupid.
But yeah, if you have the means and you can make a dinosaur theme park, and you're asking yourself if you should, yeah, you should.
Yes, you absolutely should.
Regardless of the consequences, you should.
It'd be worth that dinosaur eating 1,000 children that have to be regrown.
There's been actual theme parks where more people have died than that died in Jurassic Park, the movie.
Yeah, and actually in the new one you don't see that many people get killed.
And then what about if a stand at a football game falls down and loads of people die? They never asked if you should.
When they did that, they built better stands,
Build better dinosaur parks.
better protection.
Yeah.
Just build it from the start. Do what you did exactly the same as Jurassic Park 1, but have a team of guys who are being vetted in charge of your security. That's all it needs.
Yeah. It's not the dinosaurs that are scary in that, it's the
viewers are probably noticing that we have much more to say about Jurassic Park than we do about Juno,
Yeah,
or Hard Candy, or Ghost World, or fucking American Beauty, or any of that shit.
Gremlins. This was pronounced
Sorry,
Gremlins.
Gremlins. Yeah. If I'd known in advance, I could have put Gremlins in my story, but it doesn't work that way.
It doesn't work that way.
Because I'm disadvantaged because I have to go second. Well, that wraps it up for another episode. Well, nearly. Sorry. doesn't quite wrap it up. Do you think everyone in the world who likes, the things we just did, are going to be okay with it? Is there going to be any reaction again? Because I mean, Juno is a kind of an indie darling, but people have forgotten about that movie.
Yeah, I don't think...
Clearly, people have forgotten about that movie.
Both of us.
Both of us forgot.
We both confused Juno for a different film this week.
Yeah, I at least had the same actress in my film. You had Thora Birch and Scarlett Johansson.
It's just a very similar movie.
It kind of is, even though it's not. It's plot lies, but
it's an older man and a younger high school girl.
It's got that kind of atmosphere as well.
Yeah,
I quite like.
They're both just Daria, the live action film.
Yes. Do you think maybe Ghost World fans will be pissed off at this?
Ghost World fans are going to be really pissed off. Gremlins are going to be going. Is that how we're represented? Really? Fucking
a last minute cameo, full Gremlin trilogy. Peter Jackson directed or nothing.
Was there a third Gremlins film?
No, but they should do a trilogy. I think Gremlins would do a reboot, actually. That's something that could be rebooted. Totally off topic. Jurassic Park fans, I think they're game for anything.
They love it.
There's so many videos.
They're like, you can't touch us. Have you seen Jurassic Park? It's fucking brilliant. The sequels were crap, mate. You've seen the first one. It's great.
To be fair,
untouchable.
I haven't even seen the second one properly.
It's pretty
I remember seeing it on a Sunday afternoon once at home back in Sky and not liking it.
It's a Sunday afternoon movie. It's always on... Still Artois Channel.
Just felt bad. And then the third one was crap. I saw it in the cinema.
I never saw the third one.
It's rubbish. It's stupid. It's got William H. Macy. It's got Sam Neill in it again, but it's rubbish. So yeah, because they made the third one, we can do what the fucking liked in Jurassic Park. Despite the fact the first one's great and the last one was pretty fun.
So I'll tell you what we're doing next week. Do you want to know?
Yes, I would like to know. I'll forget before I write my story, obviously, and then I'll remember while I write my story. Then I'll forget after I write it until I have to read my story.
Okay, it's Street Fighter 2 and Saved by the Bell.
Oh, that's really good. Yay! We all like those things. So, Saved by the Bell, quickly, I remember it from Sunday mornings. It was on Channel 4 Sunday mornings. Or was it weekday mornings? Yeah, it was a weekday mornings during the holidays, maybe?
I don't know, actually. I can't remember what it was. I just see it. I don't know.
It wasn't like it wasn't an After Neighbours BBC 2 show, was it? That's like more Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Saved by the Bell was morning.
I do not know.
Was it part of Live and Kicking or something like that?
It must have been. Weekend morning?
Was it Channel 4?
I don't know. I really don't know.
No idea. But yeah, we saw it plenty.
Yeah, and Street Fighter 2, specifically Street Fighter 2 for some reason. I don't know why that is.
No, well, yeah, okay, but fair enough. Street Fighter 2, that's good. That's a real shame though, because
Street Fighter 2 was its own franchise though, wasn't it? Because it had Alpha. No, that's another one, but it had
Turbo and Super
and Championship Edition and
Super
Street Fighter 2.
Yeah, we like Street Fighter.
Is there any more Street Fighter 2s?
There's been Street Fighter movies. We can do that. Street Fighter 2 and
Saved by the Bell.
Saved by the Bell. So yeah, join us next week if you like either of those two franchises, or indeed if you do not like them and want to see us rip the piss out of them, which we are not guaranteeing we will do, but it should be a laugh either way.
Either way.
And do of course enjoy all our previous episodes if you get the chance.
And if you have an idea for a episode you'd like to see, a crossover you'd like to hear, then I don't know, fucking tell us about it. We'll take it on board.
Let us know. Somehow.
Stick it on either on the Facebook page or comment on a YouTube video. That's where we'll see it. So
yeah.
So next week will be the second last episode in the series.
Episode 9.
Episode 9. It's going to be 10 episodes.
Okay.
And then we'll have a short break when we're back. It won't be like a massive break. It'll probably be the amount of time that it takes between normal episodes of podcasts.
Yeah, you're right. We're doing this properly, aren't we?
Yeah.
So yeah, there'll be a short break, but in the meantime, we'd like to use your suggestions for season 2 if possible.
Yeah.
So yeah, you go ahead and stick a comment in the Facebook or on the YouTube and let us know if any ideas you have.
Any crossover ideas you have, anything you'd like to see.
Yep. Or anything you really wouldn't like to see.
Yeah, tell us.
Although why you would vote for that, I do not know.
We'll just say, oh guys, I don't have a suggestion, but I really don't want to see you do this.
Yeah, that'd be fine. In the process of elimination, we can go through all the things that no one wants to see and try and do something else. By all means. And so until next time, I guess, that's it from me and Ali.
Yeah, I suppose so, yeah.
Thank you for listening. Tell your friends and keep listening. Don't stop listening.
Never stop listening. Always listen.
Listening is better than talking. Podcast viewers should be seen and not heard because they're too busy listening.